Dealing with pests can be a nightmare, especially around this time of the year where they came out of nowhere destroying your plants. In this video, I want to share with you the things we do at the store to prevent pest infestation. Hi, it's Jira from Plant Corner. One thing they didn't tell you before becoming a plant parent is that you have to deal with pests. They will tell you about how plants make people happy and how easy it is to care for plants. But another thing is plants require your commitment and you have to put in the effort. Sooner or later, you will have to deal with pests, and I want to get you ready for that. In this video, we will talk about where pests came from and how can we prevent them using a safe and effective methods so we can stop them from taking over our plants. Even if you haven't opened your windows since last winter, pests can still come into your home and damage your plants. They can be in the soil or on the plants when you purchase them, especially if they were grown or were sold outdoor, because there's more chance of pests that fly around outdoor to affect onto your plants. They can come from other plants that you have at home. They can hop onto your clothes or pets while you are outside. Some pests can also be carried by the wind or flew from outside. And right now that the weather is a little warmer, it is the perfect time for them to come back from their hibernation. When it comes to pest prevention, I split them into 3 categories. During the purchase, something you can do at the store while you're about to buy a plant. After the purchase, when you bought a plant and you're about to bring them home, what to do in the first 2 weeks after the plant got home. And lastly, what regular routine can we develop so that you could maintain your pest-free home throughout the year. While you're buying your plants, you want to check and make sure that there's no discolorations on the leaves. So there shouldn't be any yellow pattern on the leaves or any damage to the new leaves, because that's where most pests will attack first. You also want to touch the leaves, because if the leaves feel sticky, that's the sign that the leaves are releasing some kind of nectar to attract ants, and they would do that so that the ants can get rid of pests. So if you have pests, the plants will sometimes release those natural nectar. You also want to see if there's any fuzz on the stem or on the leaves, because that could be an early symptom for mealybugs. The area that you want to check the plants are the leaves, especially the new leaves, behind the leaves, just to make sure there's nothing going on in the back, and also the stem of the plant. A couple things I want to note though is to not get confused between pest damage and physical damage, because sometimes the plant has to be translated from a different state or a different nursery. So when it comes to you, there might be some torn leaves, and that's usually quite common. And the physical damage of the leaves are usually calloused, while the pest damage on the leaves tends to be more of discoloration type thing, because the pests are sucking the juice from within the leaves. Also, if you notice pests in the store, it's always best to inform the staff at the store that something is going on. If you see something, say something, because sometimes even though we try our best to prevent pests and spray all the plants that comes to our store, anything could happen. Every time you open the store, something can come in and affect your plant. So it's best to let the staff know so that they can deal with that plant directly. When you purchase the plants and you bring them home, the first thing you want to do is to quarantine them. And quarantining is just placing them away from other plants while they get some sunlight. And the next thing you do is you want to clean the plants. You want to wipe the leaves off. You could use neem oil mixture. You can use mild dish soap mixture. Spray on the leaves and then clean them off with microfiber cloth. You could also shower your plants as soon as you get home. So just make sure to rinse off everything on the leaves so that you know there's no hitchhiker from the store. You can also spray all the insecticide to your plant, and that's what we usually do at the store. When the plants got delivered, we spray all of them with insecticide just to make sure that nothing will come with them. And during the quarantine process, I also recommend observing the plants for 1 to 2 weeks just to make sure that there's no new damage on the leaves. After that, you can place them in their permanent spot. Next, you want to establish a routine. At Plant Corner, what we usually do weekly is we observe the plant while we're watering the plants. So we would lift up the plants and just look behind the leaves or top of the leaves or on the stem while we're watering the plants, just to make sure that there's no new sign of pest infestation. And we would really focus on plants like Alocasia, Calatheas, and Hoya that are very prone to pest. Next, the things we do weekly is to spray all of them with insecticide. Now you have many options to do so. If you choose to use neem oil, it's best to mix a tablespoon of neem oil, a tablespoon of dish soap, and lukewarm water. Shake the bottle and spray your plants with it. Neem oil will kill pests upon contact, which means if it doesn't touch the pest, it won't kill them. Note that neem oil should only be sprayed when the sun is not shining directly onto your plants, because it could cause your plant to burn. And neem oil smells pretty bad. So at the store, we use another product called Growers Ally Crop Defender. And this product is both a miticide, which means they kill mites, insecticide and fungicide. And we love this one because they smell so good, and they all include like natural ingredients like thyme oil, rosemary oil, clove oil, peppermint oil. So this one is the concentrate, so you would mix this with water before you use. Again, anything that has oil as an ingredient for a pest, you have to make sure that you spray both the top and the bottom of the leaves. That way it come into contact with the pest and kill them. My other go-to option is Arbor bioinsecticide, and it says bioinsecticide because it has a strand of living bacteria that kill pests. To use Arbor, they recommend shaking the bottle first and then mix about a cupful of Arbor with 8 ounces of water, and then you could spray all your plants with it. The way this bacteria kill pests is by melting their exoskeleton, and also they would die upon ingestion. So even though the spray is not touching the pest directly, once the pest ingested it through eating the plants, they will eventually die. So I think Arbor is highly effective. It is also safe for people and pets. And these are the 3 main products that we usually use at the store in order to prevent pests. And I would recommend like Growers Ally and Arbor because they smell a little better than neem oil. Another routine we have is that every month we would take the time to wipe the leaves of all our plants. We usually spray them using either the neem oil mixture or Grower Allies mixture, and then wipe off the leaves just to prevent anything from happening, preventing dust from collecting or preventing pests. We usually do that for all our residential plants, which means the plants that stays in the store at all times. At home, I would also recommend shower your plants once a month as well, just to get rid of any pests that could stay on the leaves, even though you can't see them, because sometimes they are really small and hard to see. Lastly, every few months we would release different beneficial bugs, and to prevent pests we use the Skimitas mites that I mentioned last time with on the fungus gnats video, and we also use nematodes. So these 2 bugs will go into the soil and eat any eggs or larvae of any potential pest. So these are the things we do regularly to prevent pests. However, if you have an active infestation, you will need a different plan to deal with them. In the next video, we are going to talk through the elimination process of 5 most common houseplant pests: scale, mealybugs, spider mites, thrips, and aphids. So don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss the next video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!